Okay, everybody. Gonna wait on Bobby to get here, and we're gonna get going. The timing is a little strange because we have baseball, which is first game starts in about half an hour on DraftKings at least, and then the basketball not until 7:30. So we'll stick around here for an hour, and then maybe Bobby will stick around for the last half hour before lock or for basketball lock to answer some questions over there. So yeah. Let's see. You have any questions before I get into the baseball stuff, guys? Okay. We'll just wait. Just wait on Bobby to get here, and I'll start to go over this. Here's kind of this is the NBA grid. Let me get the MLB grid up here. So I'm just gonna talk myself through it then. I mean, I only have like a half an hour, so I'm gonna talk through this. So, as I mentioned earlier, I think that Castillo remains he's just kind of mispriced. That's the best I can describe it. I don't like to use the word unfadable or lock, especially when it comes to baseball, but in all sports, because there's a certain degree of variance with everything. Just the way the math works out is just he's just raised to be an incredibly strong play. Hey, what's up, Bobby?
Hey, what's up? Hey, nice job. League of Legends now, Sheets? What the hell? This guy's a man for every game.
Something's got to pay for the NBA, right?
Seriously. Maybe I should have joined you. Jeez, shouldn't have just followed you or followed your league or something.
Yeah, look, we got we played 20 lineups, and then there it is. This is and dude, this is rare. This is like only a two-way chop. Like these things are usually like 20-way chops for first.
Yeah.
This was actually pretty rare. So we did nice. Hey, and I went to SaberSim. I combined some projections. I did a couple of little tweaks, but they built the lineups for me, honestly.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's that.
So I'm still upset with St. Louis today.
So here's my issue. Not my issue. Baseball, I've kind of changed my mind a little bit. My favorite stack on both sites, I think, is one that I just kind of not dismissed, but I wasn't on when we went over it, or it was one of yours. Is Washington. So I'm going to be significantly on that one. And what was the other thing is that I'm still waiting on. Oh, and the other one I wanted to mention to you was the Phillies. You like them. I like that a lot on FanDuel because you get to play Brad Miller at absolute minimum 2K. Hitting fifth, so you get like a really sweet 3, 4, 5, or even you go to Segura, you can even go 2, 3, 4, 5 if you want. And even though Paddock's not my favorite pitcher, I mean, I'm probably gonna play him over there.
Mm-hmm.
The two pitchers I'm interested in over there are just really kind of like ugly. Not ugly. and one of them is Paddock, and the other one I talked about, and I was listening to one of our, I don't want to say competitors, but one of the places I listen to a lot, and one of my pet peeves is when you have like guys that bring up like 100 different options or whatever it is. You have 3 different guys come up there with like 103 different. Everybody had 7 different options, and then like nobody mentioned this one guy. I was at least hoping they would mention him just to say they're not playing. Nobody mentioned Patrick Corbin in like an hour. I don't know, man. I just
yeah, I get it.
I'm in, man. I really am. I want a guy who has a chance to break a slate, and he certainly does, and he can certainly break my bankroll too, right? But yeah, I mean, like there's one site I was on that had a K projection of like 4.5. I'm like, what? I'm just I'm gonna try it. I mean, I think Castillo is kind of a tough fade, so I'm gonna play him. But the second one, I mean, if I play Castillo and Burns, I don't know if I have it. If I'm going to be able to differentiate myself enough in the hitting I want, especially on DraftKings. So I think I'm just going to force myself to play another pitcher. That's just kind of what I think I'm doing.
Okay. So I came around a little bit more towards. I have a little bit of Miami, but it's not like my priority. But I do have a little bit of it. I still love St. Louis. I also see the other side of it too with the Corbin thing.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of righties. I mean, it's going to be a little tricky. Yeah. But I get it. I personally just like Walker and Castillo a lot.
So that was the other one I was going to ask you. It's possible that on DraftKings I change my mind and I go to Walker instead. That's very, very, very possible. I would even say someone like right now. Actually, I have neither. So right now my DraftKings lineup actually has Castillo and Morton. That I didn't quite have it in me to go down to Corbin over there. Because I really like my hitting. So what I have like right now, and I can't say the lineup, it shouldn't be difficult to figure out, is I like the Washington, and I have Miami's too, and I have one. My main lineup that's what it is. It's Washington and Miami. And then I got Castillo pitching, and then I had some money to spend, so I didn't want to. I thought it would just be a little wiser to play Morton than Corbin. So on DraftKings, that's where I'm at. I'm going to probably differentiate myself a little bit. What do you do? Are you going to pay up for Burns at all?
A little bit on DraftKings, more on FanDuel.
Okay.
But on my main lineup on DraftKings, I'm playing Walker and Castillo, hoping for the weather.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm totally going to mooch off of your take here, and I'm going to play Walker, and that opens up like 600 for me, which I'm gonna. And do you still like the Washington stack?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, I like it, but I don't like the full stack. I'm mostly mini stacking it.
No, yeah, I got you. And what about and we don't even have a Houston lineup yet, right?
Right.
That's going to be.
Yeah, the Houston thing is annoying because I'm playing I have a lot of Bregman right now. But more, I'm going to pay attention to that one on FanDuel a little bit later. Guys, drop some quick questions in or any thoughts or anything. We're getting still some lineups out. The stock is scratched, yeah. Nothing new. So I do think the weather is a little bit bothering me a little bit about that game. Just the Cincinnati game.
Okay.
I really think Castillo is like, I'm just not going to fade him, and other than that, but for the most part. But I will have a couple of Walker and Burns. Walker and I actually think the play you can. I think Wheeler is not the worst play in the world. I just think there's both. You could argue for not spending on pitching. Mostly, I'm not paying up for pitching, but I'm trying to get some different lineups. And I'm saying F it and playing a little bit of Rich Hill. If we're going to say the same thing about Corbin, we should certainly say it about Rich Hill.
Yeah, I think that's makes a lot of sense. Are you going to play? Is Molina playing? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got probably a little bit too much Molina. So I'm actually just doing some 1v1 swaps with he and Gomes. But yeah, it's not. I feel bad. I feel good about taking a stand on Walker, and I can't believe people are really going to play Paddock on DraftKings. I'm having trouble with that myself. I just think that the ownership thing I'm looking at is messed up, and
I don't think anybody's going to play him.
I can't see it. Like I don't either see it. Like I have trouble with it as well. I like the Angels a lot tonight. I like Upton especially, but that's another thing I'm doing is the Angels a little bit. I do have one Houston, Colorado, like full game stack, but mostly I'm staying away from it. And then, yeah, Philly, Washington, Miami, St. Louis. St. Louis being my main one.
Let me fix this.
All right. Any questions or thoughts in chat? I will jump over there in just a second.
You don't like Morton?
I'm having a hard time with it personally. I do like Morton a lot, which is partly why it's bothering me. Yeah, I don't know what to say on that one. I have him a tiny bit, but not nearly like.
Yeah.
And I have a little bit of Zach Gallen too.
You like anything from Minnesota?
No, you can't play that game.
That's the whatever you call game. Okay, gotcha. Right, okay. What about anything from Atlanta?
No, I don't like their lineup. I mean, look, if you end up with some Freddie Freeman or anything like that, it's not the worst thing in the world, obviously. But I actually by the way, I didn't mention this. I think Keller's in play. Not that you need the savings, but like, I mean, he did just pitch like against the Angels. He put up 20 the other day, and he's 5,400 against the Rays in great pitching conditions.
I'm down with that.
Doesn't sound crazy to me. Maybe it's good. Dickerson Wall. That almost works out well.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Looks good. So I got some Walker, I got some Morton, got a little bit of Corbin. I would like to know the Houston lineup. That would be somewhat helpful. I don't want to fade it completely.
Yeah, I like Bregman a lot if he plays. Obviously, I like Tucker and Brantley and Correa. Obviously, the usual guys.
I think Bregman's going to play.
I have a feeling he is too. All right, let's see. Any questions? Any thoughts, guys? Let's see. There's we'll get the basketball in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Sean on the Astros. I mean, even if he does, I'm not going to play John Gray here. Just came in the room with top stacks or cards. Last night was gold. I do like the Cardinals again, and I like a mini from Washington. I like a little bit. I like Miami stack. I obviously have pieces of the Houston Colorado game, Philly. Those are the main ones for me, and the Angels. I have the Angels more on FanDuel.
You have the Angels more on FanDuel.
Yeah, just because it's different for them to win a whole slate, and it's easier to do whatever you want because the game they're missing so many of the games. One thing I was flirting around with earlier, and I don't want to give away too much on DraftKings, but like you can basically stack the entire infield from like and that's the stack you really want is the infield from St. Louis, and then you could mix it with the outfield from from Washington. Well, just Soto and Schwarber specifically.
Jenkins, Corbin. And then I'll leave that. Colorado, man, and then you can do that. Correa's a little bit expensive. Then shortstop. Play. And then the Rich.
Gotta go back to the chat in just a second. Give me 1 second here. I do think Toronto is getting overlooked a little bit, but I like Rodriguez in general, but I think that's not something that surprised me at all.
Toronto?
Yeah.
So I'm going to play three of these. Let me do this. Juan Soto is scratched.
Are you freaking kidding me? Well, I like them a lot less now. Okay. Let's do this.
So I got to change that, obviously. I was all over that.
Yeah. Sucks.
That's kind of a wild scratch, right?
Yeah.
He was hitting second. They had a lineup and everything.
Maybe Adam Wainwright is in play.
What?
Maybe Adam Wainwright is in play.
I don't think so. So I got to change this. What time was that game? Was that game 6:30 or no?
Which game?
The Washington game. Was that early?
Yeah. No, it's 7 Eastern.
Oh, okay. These guys. City. Let's change this. You have any Shoemaker?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I should, though.
It's like a little annoying. I wasn't anticipating a Soto scratch.
Yeah. I wasn't ready exactly for it either.
So if that's the case, then my next best stack is going to be somebody else. Let me just see. Then it would be Houston, who I don't know the lineup. And then it's back to the Cardinals in Colorado. And then you mentioned Toronto a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What Atlanta?
Tomorrow, I'm not playing much of it. I just think it makes some sense to me. Yeah. I like the Angels. Okay, so Soto being out actually does affect some of my lineups here.
What's relegated 8th? Bote is scratched.
Bodie, okay.
Freeman, Ozuna, Riley, and then Darno. And then I guess I could play Burns now if I don't. Because I still like the Miamis. I like this. And I like this. I like this. Play Lindor. Who's your favorite shortstop today?
Story and DeYoung.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I'm just, guys, just so you know, I'm just swapping out Soto, so that's taken care of. Trout. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy 1v1 if you can afford the extra 200 for Trout.
Yeah.
But you got to imagine Trout's ownership is going to be absurd now.
Get this Soto done.
Maybe you just play Buxton in the 7-inning game, 6,200.
Well, he's going to be low owned. All right, so let me see what my FanDuel looks like. So my FanDuel, oh, that had Soto in it too. Okay,
Let's get to some questions and stuff too.
I just want to, I only have 8 minutes, so I want to.
Yeah, go do your thing. Sorry, fair enough.
Just want to take care of this one.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I just saying. I'll take a look and see if there's anything else. Scott Schebler, 2K. There's a lot of 2K specials today. Schebler is one of them. John Grayton, okay. Some pretty cheap Milwaukee lefties on DK. No interest in Milwaukee, particularly for me. Toronto stacks, they like. Yeah, I like the. Well, they actually put him on the DL. Toronto makes sense on FanDuel, yeah, because Gurriel lets you get everything you want, basically.
You like Walker on FanDuel?
I didn't get there. I just found myself mostly paying up at pitcher or playing Paddock.
Yeah.
Maybe I have less Soto over here than I thought. Okay.
Philly.
All right. There's a lot of questions, guys. Please give us the like, the thumbs up, and all that. I appreciate that. Yeah, 7-inning games are great to take. I think that you could play Shoemaker here. You could play Manaea here.
Who's your favorite third baseman on FanDuel?
Favorite third baseman on FanDuel. As long as he's in the lineup, it's going to continue to be what's his name?
Bregman, right?
Yeah.
He's only 3,500. That's
And the late lineup will definitely cost them some ownership.
yeah.
Especially on DraftKings, but somewhat on FanDuel.
Think Altuve gets in too?
No. I mean, maybe. There's been no rumors of it that I've heard.
So you're going to get up to Burns, what you're saying, on FanDuel.
Yeah, mostly.
Harper Trout.
So it was like that's going to change the owner. That's going to be Colorado and Houston. I mean, more popular than they were even. I did throw Shoemaker into a lineup or two, and I'm going to do it with Manaea too. I think that is right, like just to take a shot here.
Blackman, yeah, I got that stacked a little bit. McMahon, okay. So I'm going to probably have to screw around with the Colorado Houston stuff when that lineup comes out. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Think positive. Maybe we won't have to.
Was I right so far about the NBA so far?
So far, you've been pretty much accurate.
Yeah, I just had I'm feeling it. Now, I don't know if that means we're going to win, but at least I'm 1 for 1 for something. That there be no huge news before. Well, it's only 6:30. I keep forgetting it's a 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything's possible. All right. Any questions before we transition over to NBA?
You can check. I've got to finish this thing. But
I'm going to look right here. Fade the Astros. Yep, maybe. Pretty cheap Milwaukee lefties. I wasn't getting to them. Scotty Schebler, 2000?
Yeah.
I don't even know. What team does he play for? Soto placed on the DL of all things. Wow. Yeah, Bud Bongo, the pitching in the 7-inning game is not even taking chances. Like that's like you get like a little juice there because you get that complete game bonus. It's actually within reach.
Yeah, Schebler's on the Angels.
That's what you're saying. Hey, what's up, Jason? What do we like? Jason, you're the man. What do we like? What's your first gut instinct? What in baseball? 3 minutes before the 6:30 game starts.
All right, let's see.
Before we transition to NBA. Tell you my Toronto will hit some home runs tonight. They love hitting in Fenway. Hey, that's better than any freaking nerd analytics I can come up with. That's perfect.
Yeah, I think that's viable.
That's good to me. And you know what? It's probably, with the exception of Miami, but that's not the same thing. It's probably the best weather in the whole night, right? Boston and New York.
It is really nice. I mean, the Angels, but it's actually even cooler in LA. How about that? And then Brewers. Yeah, that's wild.
That sounds good to me.
It's wild. Boston.
What does Toronto look like here?
Philly with it nice and hot.
Yeah, they're all getting there, huh? Yeah, Erod, he could serve some up.
Who's that? Oh, Erod. Yeah, but he can be good too. Like I could see that going either way. I think it's a viable stack. If I didn't like my other ones, I would go there. I do really like I got really high on the Angels, so that was my natural pivot for my Washington stuff with.
Hey, I got a guy who, oh my God, he's like the greatest hitter in baseball, and he's 2,200. He's hitting 300 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs.
Oh, it's Gurriel, right?
No, it's Pablo Sandoval.
of Sandoval. Jesus Christ.
He's 2,200 on DraftKings.
Okay. Somebody.
And he makes the dude, and he goes Freeman, Darno, Ozuna, skip one, and then Sandoval just knocks them all in.
I am not getting there myself, but I hope we get the Houston lineup at some point. That would be nice.
Yeah.
We'll get to have people say, "Hey, well, let's see who the first game is tonight." They're the you got the Angels. Sorry, the Oakland game, the Yankee game, Cincinnati about to start. I'm gonna take a quick look to see the weather on that, just because it's starting so soon in 10 minutes. So.
I have an orange thing. I have an edit. Like there's something I need to edit. What just happened? Somebody out or something?
What? I don't know what you're talking about, Cheese.
I don't know. One of my DraftKings lineup, there's like a red thing saying edit or something, implying that there's something in my lineups I need to change. Well, let me just see if that changed. Hold on.
You should be able to see it next to wherever.
Yeah, let's see. No, I'm good, actually.
So it's like one of the rare basketball days where I haven't done anything since the beginning of the day that I just haven't, but I haven't needed to. Like I don't, nothing's groundbreaking has happened. I do think you're better off trying to play the later games. I think that you can, I have a lineup with like three Blazers and maybe four, no, three Blazers and Paul George, but I can always switch Paul George if I need to. He's for some reason is out. I'm not playing a ton of lineups. I don't think it's smart to right now. I'm skipping a lot of the stuff in basketball. I'm not playing Kyrie at the moment. I am playing Trae Young. I went for the other tier basically. I went for the Trae Young, Paul George tier, instead of paying up for him. And I just because I like that game environment, and there's always a chance Kawhi could sit, which would open up Paul George even more. And I think that he's like, if you look at Paul George's game log, you'll wonder why you don't just play him every night, as long as he's not like 10K.
You know what? There's not a lot of on DraftKings.
He's been over 45 in 6 straight games and 50 in all but one, 60 twice. Sorry, go ahead.
You know what? There's not a lot of on DraftKings.
What's that?
Small forwards.
So I will. The only thing I'm doing from the early, this makes me nervous. There's 2 things I'm doing from the early games in basketball. I'm playing PJ Washington.
I agree with that.
And I think I might end up playing Dwayne Bacon. And
I'm playing both those guys in my main lineup.
It makes me uncomfortable with Dwayne Bacon because we might be going later on like, God, what if anything happens and someone else is out? Like, let's say for some reason somebody else was out on it is a back-to-back, right? For Portland, is it a back-to-back? No, it's not a back-to-back. If someone ends up being out, like Simons is going to become like an incredible play. You know what I mean? Like that's what worries me. But I can't speculate on things that aren't happening.
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
I have him in the same line.
Interesting. I also am playing Derrick Rose.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
I think he's actually going to be pretty popular, unfortunately. But if you look at he's been getting a lot of love lately. He's like one of the best projected guys I've got on the slate. Like, he's put up 25 or more 3 straight games. He put up 38 in the last one against New Orleans. Good matchup against Charlotte. I mean, still though, but between now and lock time, if you hear Devontae Graham is out, then you're going to want to play. I think Rozier becomes ahead of the other point guards, in my opinion.
What is this here? I'm just seeing news come across. Doesn't give me any more data though. So I still like DeAndre Jordan. I still like. I got a little Kyrie Jordan Zion thing.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is out, by the way.
He is out, right?
We just got it.
There it is.
Well, now Paul George isn't exactly going to be sneaky.
It is not.
I think that I'm going to take the upside. Look, it feels. I actually think playing Trae Young is the better move than playing what's his name later, CJ. But I think I'm going to do it anyway.
I think I'd rather play Paul George than Kyrie. What do you think about that?
I think I would too. This is the big decision I'm running into. Is literally I just got a 1v1 that I'm deciding between Trae Young and CJ McCollum.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can do it analytically. Trae Young and CJ McCollum.
You get some benefit too because it'll give me more of the later games in case anything happens with any other game. But I've got 4 Portlands in my lineup now.
I have them just equal. I mean,
me too. They're just about the same, right?
Would you avoid McCollum and Simons in the same lineup?
It's better to, but I don't think you have to.
Okay.
I don't have that issue here.
I have another guy, by the way, who I mentioned earlier, and I think I'm going to play him on DraftKings. I think I'm going to play DeLon Wright at 4,100.
So that's what you could do instead of Bacon too in my lineup anyway.
Yeah.
It's super speculative. You have to know that team. It could be anybody. He literally could be have 10 fantasy points or 5 fantasy points or something. He got hot in the last game with the bench unit. I don't want to overreact to it personally.
It just happened.
I really like Noel, and I'm just not getting there. I'm not playing the other vet minimum cut. That's the thing is I don't have the. Maybe I do. Hold on. Am I better off? I think I am. I think I can figure this out. No, not quite. You don't like Derrick Rose, huh?
No. Not really. At 5,100, I mean, I'd rather. Actually, I have no rather. You know what I mean? I don't have anybody else better at 5,100.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know who I like better at 5,100?
Who?
Not much better, actually. Never mind. I was going to say Bruce Brown, but.
Yeah, I don't.
But as I'm saying, they're not really.
Yeah, I like. No one's going to play quickly. Also, I thought either one of those guys were interesting.
I think the answer to the Trae, CJ McCollum thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, is that I'm going to probably play CJ McCollum because I want to play Paul George.
Yeah, but I've already got Cantor, Carmelo, and Norman Powell in the lineup.
Oh, okay.
But I actually think that's okay to have 4 of those guys, and I can always substitute later if anything happens with either of the later games.
Right. But then again, I have Zion in this lineup. And if I have Zion, it might not be the worst idea to have, what's his name? Kyrie.
Yeah.
And I'm not playing Cat.
Neither am I.
Maybe I could play. Boy, can you get away with this? Can you actually play Julius Randle at 10-1? It's tough.
Yeah, you can. Definitely this night. What if we get word later that Metu is starting or something? Or are we? Why isn't Jaden McDaniels getting more love too? Maybe that's the way to go and skip this and play Fox.
Kyrie, Zion. Is there a $3,700 utility Yeah, the Ronda Hollis Jefferson.
Yeah, which may work out. I mean, I got a little bit more expensive ones, but
Well, what that also does is it puts off.
Mo Harkless also.
That's interesting.
He's going to play more minutes than Jefferson probably, and they're similar. So DraftKings is locking at 640, not 637 games. DraftKings is locking. The main slate is at 705. I'm sorry. DraftKings, not 6. So you're angry because people will see the projected ownership? I see. No, I've got it as already locked. They just haven't shown the players' ownerships yet. That's fine. Nothing weird's happening. They're not showing ownerships yet, so it's okay. They're not doing anything. Whiteside or Cantor is the answer. I'm sorry. Cantor is the answer for me by a lot.
Cantor is the answer to you, for you by a lot.
To Whiteside.
Yeah. On FanDuel, it's not as clear for me.
Yeah, I get it. FanDuel tournaments were awful today. I didn't even see anything that made sense, so I just skipped it.
CJ, Paul George.
Andrew Stevenson is leading off, by the way, at 3K for.
Who is?
For the Nationals. I'm just throwing it out there. Andrew Stevenson. Basically, the rest of the lineup is the same. Josh Harrison moved up to second.
Paul George, Dwayne Bacon. Makes sense. Zion. I like PJ Washington. Content with that. Paul George and everything on DraftKings right now. So what is Norman Powell's price? I know you said you liked him.
64.
Carmelo's kind of cheap on DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm playing him in my main lineup. I think I'm going to wimp out and go with the Trae Young over McCollum thing.
I'm splitting them up. I'm whipping out you more. I'm whipping out you more. I'm splitting them up.
I don't have lineups to split them up. Ugh, this is brutal. Doesn't feel right. All right, guys, throw in some questions. I'm happy to answer anything. Yikes.
Okay, so I'm good there. So now let me look at FanDuel. I guess you got to play Paul George on FanDuel, right?
I think so.
Let me get in there. Upcoming. Friends mode. I don't want friends mode. Let's see. 6 lineups there. Okay, we're going to edit this whole thing right now. Okay, so what position is he? He's 9K shooting guard. Oh, he's the same position as McCollum, which is interesting.
Like the first game start was at 637, James. That's what I've got. Yeah, the Yankees was 635 actually, and the A's was supposed to be 630. So I actually don't think they locked early at all. Sorry if it caused any problems.
You know, I have 4 Blazers on freaking FanDuel.
I have 4 Blazers on DraftKings.
Yeah, but one of mine is not Carmelo. That's the thing. I'm spending too much on this.
It's RHJ.
It was actually Covington.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I can do this. I'll save this for now.
Wait 1 second.
I got time to screw around with that anyway. Bless you. Bless you. So I still like Kyrie. Let me just see. With the exception of Paul George. Bless you. Bless you. Joe Harris, small forward. Harrison Barnes. Cole Anthony looks all right. I don't know what to do on FanDuel. So we definitely like Cantor a lot, right?
I do.
I have this weird desire to pivot to Whiteside at like half the ownership. That makes no sense, though. I mean, Whiteside just never going to play the amount of minutes I need.
I mean, he might. If he does, that he's a better tournament thing. I get it. I just am not doing it.
Barnes. Yeah, I don't think Covington's going to make it here. I think I'd rather. No, I don't want to play him. Barnes. Randall's a little more palatable on FanDuel, that's for sure. Barnes. Who else do we like at small forward over here on FanDuel?
I'm not playing on there, but I like. Who do I have?
Powell.
Powell's my favorite.
Paul George. Point guard. Can I pay down at point guard? Probably not. Let me just. Kyrie, though, is just freaking the best play. Simons. Whatever happened to Tyrese Halliburton? Did he stop playing a lot of minutes?
No, he still plays.
I mean, it's only 52. I mean, the last game played 15 minutes. And what is that?
That's what your wild card guards that you're going to bet on with DeLon Wright. There's
right. I keep forgetting. Okay.
And look, DeLon Wright very well may do it. You know, there's just a lot of guards there.
Now, if there's a $6,200 shooting guard, that would be very helpful to me. Oh, Devontae Graham, if he plays, there you go. No, I think I still would rather just find a way to get to McCollum. And then we don't play. Oh, I know what we do. And I just see how you got to Carmelo. 4 Blazers. God. 4 Blazers, but no Powell. We're gonna just mix and match this. We're gonna mix and match this build. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do this one with this, and then this one we're gonna do one pivot to. We're gonna do one where we pivot to Whiteside, and that makes sense. And should I change anything else there? Nope. Just that's the only change, which is fine. Then we'll do another one where we pivot. When I say pivot, I mean I'm just going to differentiate. Instead of playing Anthony, we're gonna do Powell and then pay down. We're gonna fade.
Yeah, I've been answering some questions in chat.
Three.
So favorite spend ups on DK are Paul George, Trey Young, McCollum. Not spend ups, but I like the middle range with Cantor and Powell. Is Dwayne Bacon a good play? I'm playing him. I don't feel great about it, but I am playing some Dwayne Bacon. I prefer Carmelo, if that makes any sense. I'm playing them both together, but I prefer Carmelo. That's where I'm at on those. Sorry, Shoots, keep going.
No, it's fine. Just having trouble whittling on FanDuel here. I'd like to play one lineup where I don't have both Paul George and McCollum because they're just going to soak up all that shooting guard ownership.
It's hard on FanDuel.
Yeah. Maybe I could fade Kyrie over there. It has to be. Oh God.
Well, the good news is the game played. The bad news is Castillo has already given up 3 hits in a run.
He did, huh?
Without retiring a batter.
Yeah. Baseball's rough.
Well, that's unfortunate for that lineup.
It is.
We still don't have an Astros lineup, I don't believe. Actually, I'm going to keep checking on. That game's not even like that far away from starting. Like, come on, guys.
1,900 more I could spend at small forward. Yeah, it looks like DraftKings knew about Castillo.
If you have 0 points in baseball, you're probably better than half the field right now.
And then
it's not getting to anything else.
Carmelo, Cantor.
I'm going to talk through my idea for a trade. I think that obviously Houston needs to go in a different direction. The thing is they've got draft picks, so they can't like lock up too many spots. But there's so much young talent on a team like Charlotte.
Yeah.
Couldn't come together with a trade somehow for Christian Wood. Like send a lot. Send Graham Monk and XYZ else. Get Christian Wood to play there with either Bridges or both. Bridges or Washington in the front court. Or both. And then you have, Rozier, you've got Gordon Hayward, and LaMelo. You're locked up. You're awesome. They need to condense, and Houston needs talent. So I don't think Houston's going to give up Christian Wood no matter what, but the guy still has never played more than, I think, 25, 30 games in a year. So I just I got excited by the idea of it because I think it'd be really cool to see Charlotte be competitive over the next couple of years. I think they will be. But what happened to what, Jason? Just curious what that's referring to.
So there's nothing on Devontae Graham yet.
No, which is another reason why playing the Trey Young thing might be a mistake. But we should know that one before game time at least.
Wonder if I have any. I don't think I did. I think I have all my lineups on DraftKings with Castillo. I think. No, I have. I got two. I got two without him. He's only minus 2.9. It's not like it's that bad.
That's because they changed it and they made 2 of the runs unearned.
Oh, nice.
So 3.
Nice. Feeling good. Feeling good.
Anthony already got hurt. Wow.
So this is good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pivot to this, and then wait. So we can do this. And then we're gonna play Upton over here. Wendell, DeJong. Iglesias isn't bad. And then the Yankees started, right?
I didn't get to anger much tonight. Connor didn't answer that question. Yeah, I believe they did.
We got to be able to do better than this shortstop.
John and I had 3% ownership. Already got 10 fantasy points. We just started. 3%. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to be quite that low. Really low. Come on. Charlie Morton with 8% ownership. Matt Shoemaker with 1% ownership.
Did Castillo get out of the inning yet or no?
I think so.
It still says top first. Uh-oh.
No, not yet.
2 outs. Uh-oh. Remember, he only needs like 12 fantasy points.
Zion or Randall on FanDuel. I personally would go Randall, but I like both of them very much.
Oh, Baltimore's got 3 runs.
Yeah, nothing really.
Who got that? Oh, nothing big. Ruiz.
Not a home run though.
No, I think I have a little of that. Let me just. No, I don't. I thought I did.
DJ Stewart, who's 28. He has 4. That's it. 3. All right. So, any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I guess we're good. So what am I for? I'm looking for the Red Sox, the Astros lineup eventually.
And we'd love to know about Devontae Graham.
And that would definitely be nice to know about Devontae Graham.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Sounds. Oh, Talion's got 7 fantasy points in 1 inning. Okay. Good luck, everybody. And hey, and if you've got Castillo, don't do it yet. But if he continues to be like if he gets, if you think he's really going to be negative, there's no penalty for just totally changing the rest of your lineup.
Yeah, just play the Padres or the Brewers or something.
Right.
Something no one else is going to do.
Yeah, and you know what you could do? You could also do like a bunch of one-offs and hope they all get lucky.
Yeah, you could do that. I think the other way is a little bit more equaling out, giving yourself a chance at it. But you're right, that could work too.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody.
I'll see you tomorrow.